straight in for you, ladies and gentlemen, at home. And Andy. TinyIO, Doom Lich, which is the better hero combo?
That's a tough one.
Who would you go with?
They kind of do two different things, right?
They do, but in terms of having a winning lineup, who would you rather have on your lineup?
Ooh. That's really tough, actually.
Yeah.
That's a really hard one to decide between. I guess the Wisp and the Tiny has more flexibility, right? Because the Lich and the Doom, it's built to win the lane really hard. Obviously, a snowballing Doom can be terrifying, but I think that a Wisp Tiny with split push, with team fight, they have a lot of options, and I always am a fan of having more options. So I guess in this case, I would be siding with Vega.
Okay.
With their combo.
Good old TinyIO,
Yeah.
and I mean the very strong heroes out of that. With a good old Bane, one of those supports that a lot of teams are starting to favour in this patch. The fact that they're running the center again, it's something that not everyone's doing nowadays, but Mr. Pashy Bash wants to try and make it work. And
That's a double bounty for Vega.
all right, game's over, lads.
I mean, they took it away from the Wind
BM,
Ranger.
good luck there after they take the bounties.
Dang.
Bit of fighting talk. Yeah, give him good.
So the Wind Ranger not going to have bounty against the Wisp Tiny lane. That actually kind of hurts a lot. You want to get to your bottle as soon as humanly possible in this lane because you're going to get spammed heavily. And you're probably not going to have much rune control outside of the first rune unless you have supports kind of rotating in for you. But it looks like Spartan's kind of hanging around. Not sure if he plans on staying here or if they just wanted to maybe sacrifice the Doom a bit. But it's not really a sacrifice, actually. It's just going to be solo against Clockwork.
Yeah, I mean, Mitch should be fine here. You know, he's not going to die, but I guess in terms of zoning out the Doom, Clock could do a little bit, but do you reckon overall
It's just going to be up
still be able to farm?
cog placement. Like, if he can cog the Doom a few times, might make Mitch play on the back foot. But I haven't seen Mag play Clockwork in a really long time. Usually he plays like Beastmaster, Darkseer, stuff like that.
Bottom lane, we've got a crush from Garter. Moving in onto Pasha. Pasha tries to look for the return stun, but the cast bounces are there, and he just can't get it out. Finally does, but he may just go down. He pops the south. Is it going to be enough to save him? Garter slithering forward with the sprint. No! What? First blood there for Garter. Now with the crush onto Seema. Can he find himself more? There's going to be the brain sap turnaround for the Seema. Forcing back the Slardar. Milan's sticking around very aggressive, but
That was like a 400 range auto attack. What the hell? All right, I obviously, like, that's a tilt for me. Like, that happens to me, I am, like, already tilted. Hopefully Pasha is not that kind of player.
But nonetheless, very nice for NLG in the bottom lane. Top lane, Mag trying to get close and personal, but there is this Lich now hanging around with the Doom, so it's going to be a bit tricky for the old man to get what he can, but we'll see how Mag is able to deal with it. The mid lane, Tiny, 10 for 3 at the moment, Steve. Nana's Wind Ranger, 6 for 1. Got a bit of catching up to do, but of course at the beginning, when there was that IO hanging around, it was hard for him to find that initial bit of farm, and Slardar with an invis may very well be able to make something happen. And I think Steve would love it if he came to the mid lane, and it looks like that's exactly what Garter's going to do here with it.
I don't know about that. Maybe if the Tiny was still low, but he popped the south.
Yeah.
So as soon as you see no one at full HP, the Wind Ranger doesn't have enough DPS to partner with a stun to be able to secure a kill. It's much more likely that they could apply some more pressure bottom instead and just make, I guess, the laning phase a little bit more stable for now, because NLG, they get the first blood. The Wind Ranger is recovering very nicely. Steve's getting some farm.
Okay, who's done one to Milan? He's taking the bait. He gets the cast out, though. Can they get anything in return? I don't think they can. So Garter unable to set anything up there. And the way it ends up going down is the fact that Vega just find the free kill onto Witch Doctor.
A little bit late on the stun there. Might have been able to save him. I suppose it's questionable, though, either way. But really looking to see what happens when the Wisp hits 6, as most Wisp compositions actually start functioning at that point. Gonna see another, I don't know if this is a dive or what.
He's trying to go for it here. Garter trying to close the gap, gets the crush off. Pasha has got a mango if he wants to try and step in and help with a stomp, and they'll get the brain sap. It's just going to be that. So Bane doesn't go down.
Mag, top lane.
Keeps himself alive, and the dive is coming through, and here's the power of the Doom Lich. Just going to run straight at you, and they don't really give a damn. They're just going to get the kill, especially if the cogs weren't available, and the cogs coming out too late. They're trapping him in with the Doom. So easy kill there for the Doom Lich lane.
I guess they are prioritizing having the Doom get good farm over the Wind Ranger, although even though the Tiny is the highest net worth, it's not as if the Wind Ranger is doing badly. Like, he's still getting a lot. And because of the fact that he's even ferried himself a little bit of regen, he's got the stick going, because they're obviously going to be spamming spells. He is well prepared to deal with this 1v2. All lanes, though, looking, I guess, relatively even. Mid's a little bit of favor right now for Vega. top lane favoring NLG. And then, of course, bottom, I think, is maybe slightly favoring Vega as well.
And top lane, Mag moving in here with the batteries. Just going to force them over. Solo did come up just in case they were able to chase anything down in that respect. But, well, bottom lane, Pasha now getting himself a bit of solo XP as Seema did one around the jungle here with the DD, and there's your shackle. He's going to get him to no one, but there's backup. Solo comes in, and now Excalibur's got to get himself out of there. Unfortunate for him as he did bring the Tiny incredibly low, but it's always going to be hard to catch out a Tiny when the eye is around the corner. Bottom lane, Nightmare's been dropped. They're moving in for the Hoostomp on the double edge, and the Brain Sap is enough damage. The wombo combo there for the two of them. Bursting down, and Seema will get himself out, back to base, get that mana up. And so 2 for 2 at the moment. As you said, no one breaking away massively. And if anything, the middle lane, Steve's caught back up to the Tiny in terms of farm.
Now, the Wisp is moving around a lot. Obviously, you're going to be stacking. You're going to be trying to control some runes. He's not there 24/7, which is all right. I mean, honestly, stopping the Wind Ranger at this point is already difficult enough. You kind of have to go for a combo. Hope he's not at full HP, but with the bottle now acquired on him, he can just start battle crowing if he needs. No one in the side lane really needs it too badly at this point from NLG, so it's fine if he wants to do it once or twice. And top lane, Mag.
Here's the old rundown here, closing that gap. Mag has got the cogs, but he wants to make sure he's far enough away, and I don't think he will be with the speed that Mitch is going. And yeah, with that second blast, Mitch just going in. I mean, the battery assault bit it. Oh, he's not going to get it. The battery assault was enough to hold off Mitch there. And now Mag's is moving in. He's not going to be able to do anything in return, but keeps his life intact. There's actually a wraparound here for no one, and NLG may be hanging around for a bit longer than welcome, because no one has turned up, and now Spartan and Mitch, they're in a lot of trouble. No one moves in. There's your toss onto the Doom. That's going to be one kill. Spartan looking for the TP out. No one's there with the cancel with the Avalanche. And, Spartan with the Duke, though. It doesn't matter. Here's Solo coming in as well with the Spirits. They'll chase him down. The toss is there. Double kill for no one. And the fact that there was just no Radiant Vision on this part of the map on the upper half of the river meant that no one could just waltz up top and walk in for a double kill.
Yeah, but that should have been called, though. Like, honestly, if he clicked on Mag, he knew he had a self. He didn't use any spells, so he still had a high amount of mana. The turnaround potential was there, and neither of those heroes had mana at all. Like, the Lich and the Doom were both very low, like 20% mana, something like that. So even if it was just a Clockwork solo, I still think that you should have backed there. That was just overstaying your welcome.
Absolutely, in bottom lane. Garda moving in with the stun. Pash is there with the return Hoostomp. And we'll be able to control this Centaur. And he is going to be A-OK. Nearly reaching onto that level 6 as well. So with the Stampede, going to be even harder to take down. Mid lane, they're giving some farm here to Seema, trying to get him up to level 6 on the Bane, get that Fiend Script about. Steve is there. Seema has got to be careful, just in case Excalibur finds a shot. And yeah, no one and so they're just clearing up the jungle here at the moment, continuing to get this very important farm on the Tiny. Here's top of the CS at the moment, thanks to this inclusion of the jungle farm. And maybe even think about heading towards the top lane as well if Mitch does hang around for longer than he needs to be here. He's still sticking around in the jungle, and he could be in trouble. No one's going to come around. The flare spotting him out. Mitch will get off the Scorched Earth. Do they have the damage? Do they have the control with the cogs? They should be able to do it. Mitch tries to turn. He can't do anything with the battery assault hitting him in the face. Killing spree for no one, and once again, this top lane, Vega are finding the easy reach arounds.
And they've been rotating a lot, and again, the vision has been a little bit of a problem. They did get one ward up around the Ancients on Radiant side, so that's going to help a bit. But in reality, the rotations have already kind of dealt the damage. Doom, he's sitting at like 28 CS bottom though.
Jumping in, trying to find something with the Stampedes there. Pash is going to be fine. They won't get anything, and in fact, it will be the side of Vega maybe. Oh, the Shackle's there, but the toss forward onto Seema. Oh, the toss on the Shackle allowing him to still close the gap, even though Steve did his best to hold the Bane back. And they'll find themselves the 6th kill on the board here, Vega. Looking very strong indeed. Mitch, oh, okay, walks up, spots out Mag. Mag has got this hook shot available here. He'd love to try and make something happen. Bottom lane, Pash has got to be careful. Death Ward's dropped, and this is going to be a kill. Very nicely done there with the Amplify, the physical damage from the Death Ward. They'll get the kill at the same time, though the hook shot did come out. And Mag was able to get a kill onto Lich in the mid lane, so still trades going the way of Vega overall, but nonetheless, nice for NLG to find that kill onto the core Centaur.
It's a bit concerning, though, that Vega have a kill lead right now, because even though all their heroes are good in small skirmishes, NLG don't pick a Lich Doom lane to not excel in the early stage, right? Like, that lane needs to do something. Otherwise, during mid game, you're gonna have a Clockwork who has hookshot, Stampede. Mag's already level 8. Witch Doctor and Lich are solo kills for Mag right now, which is really scary to think about. And Clock is also great against Wind Ranger for the same reason. You just don't have an escape mechanism. So which hero on NLG actually has a counterplay to the Clock initiation and then a relocate? Like, there's so much ganking potential during mid game that if Vega get ahead, they can just fight non-stop.
Well, the fighting seems to have calmed down for a bit now. And they're just looking to continue to get those key items up here on the Tiny on top of the drums that's now being completed. Bottom lane, Steve's been given a bit of farm down here. They put Spartan for the time being in that mid lane. He's actually going to TP down to bottom. Has just reached his level 6 from that mid lane XP. Has the Chain Frost. Maybe with that they can look to try and catch out someone on the side of Vega. So it's just securing the rune here with Noah. Now just keeping Milan and Spartan down here, so they really want to try and make something happen, but understandably Mag, he's playing it pretty safe here on this bottom lane, and it's going to be hard for NLG to catch someone out here.
They might try to pressure the tower a bit. They have... Okay, relocate that chain, it's going to bounce! Oh, God!
God, that was... Oh. Beautiful Chain Frost. Absolutely beautiful.
That cog. Oh boy, Mag's not going to feel great about that.
That was not the relocate that Vega were looking for, that's for sure.
I mean, he got chain frosted from Fog, so he had no idea that the chain was coming, right?
Yep.
He just threw out the cog, and he was like, oh dear God, what have I done? What have I done to my teammates?
What's he doing? He's being silly, isn't he?
Apparently we're having some connectivity issues once again.
Right, so... Apologies, guys.
That chain frost is actually
the
so
chain frost
good.
was good.
Everyone
Chain frost was
DC'd.
very good.
It just blew up.
No one's DC'd as of yet. We are having apparently issues. Sorry. It's unfortunate, but yeah. So far 6-8. Vega with the edge, but that little bit of action, I think has probably evened anything out that Vega had created, because that was pretty big getting those 3. The fact that you get the Tiny in there as well.
Dude, that was so lucky. Woo. And he timed it perfectly. He's like. Yeah. He sees a relocate on the minimap, and he waits it out, throws it at the time where there's most likely to be a cog, and the heroes will actually be there to bounce to. So if he times it even a little bit later, maybe there's time for a reaction from Vega. Yeah. But with that, it was like so on point that there was just nothing they could do. It's like, all right, well, we're dead.
Pretty much at that point. Pretty much. It was inescapable as soon as they entered into it. I mean, I wonder if they realized when the relocate was coming through, they're like,
this is our time, you know? I mean, you kind of have to hope that he cogs there, too. Because if the cog doesn't come out, then they potentially have the way of splitting. Yeah, did they pop Centaur ulti there? I want to say they did. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did, even though they were trapped and they were just...
Yeah. So if it wasn't down, they could have Delta split, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's just a natural reaction when you don't have vision. You're going on a kill, you just assume I cog to make sure that he doesn't get away. And then it's like, oh, suddenly life is hard. But, yeah, NLG... That last fight was very, very good. Not only does it waste a relocate gank, it wastes a hook shot.
Very good.
The Tiny dies, so you kill a core. He still lost a Wind Ranger, which, yeah, it's unfortunate, but I think they'll be more than happy with that exchange. Their Slardar is making his way towards Blink right now. He's got 1850 gold, so he's only like 400 away. He's already got boots. Then you have multiple ways of dealing with the relocate. Like you have Blink Crush, you got Shackle, you got Wish Doctor Cask, you have Chain Frost. You can just doom one of them. That works too.
Okay. There are options here. And yeah, I mean, you're just talking about the dooming himself. The fact that he's getting a decent amount of farm. He's not on the same level as something like the Wind Ranger or the Tiny, but
yeah,
he's still going to be fairly effective. I mean, is this a game where Doom needs to get a blink pretty early on, and the heroes you want to be catching out the back of the fights with the ult every time it kicks off, or do you think we're just going to see kind of phase, maybe drums come out next for the chase down?
It kind of depends. Like Aura build, I think is almost always good.
Okay.
But being able to get a Doom on like a Bane or like Clock or Centaur, those heroes are very disruptive to the team fight. Yes. So if you get a Doom off on one of them and then you can just chase them down, I think that's actually probably one of the better plays that you can make. But then again, he could just go back for Vlad's and say it gives us Roche potential, which is also true. They have a Slardar. There's really great synergy there. If he wants to go for like the more meaty frontline Doom, I think that's also a decent play. He can eventually go like BKB, Shivas or something, or Aghanims, BKB. Like, there's a lot of choices.
There is, yeah. I think that's one of the great things about the hero as well. Why
Yeah.
it's as popular. Because there's so many different ways you can build him for so many different situations, and that he always thrives in. You know, there's not really a Doom build that you're building every time.
And there's not a hero in the game that Doom doesn't counter.
It's true. It's true. Is it true?
It is true.
It is true.
His ultimate counters everything in the game.
What about Meepo? Then you can deny yourself.
Okay, so then you can deny yourself.
Count.
Yeah, Meepo is maybe the one exception, I suppose.
Aye.
A hero who has like a really strong
Where you are
illusion
now,
base.
Strog. We're gonna need to buff the hero once more.
Yeah. Doom actually
Put
just
it
needs to. It does all the damage immediately.
Make Scorched Earth damage pure. That'll get him.
Oh my god. I actually think this was I think we were talking about it before the show. There was like a notice me buff. You know, it's like Ice Frog will buff a hero just so the hero gets noticed,
Yeah.
and then after they play it, they retune it back. And maybe it's like a little bit better than it was originally, but they don't leave it at the current
Well,
rate
kind
that
of
it
like
is
the
now.
Alchemist situation we've got.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Because they buffed Scorched Earth by 50%.
Yeah, it was
50%.
what, yeah, 30
It was 32
to
at
48.
max.
32 to 48. Yeah.
No.
No, it was in like, yeah, it was max 32 and now it's
Yes,
max
yes,
48.
yes,
It was
that's
32 to
correct.
48, yeah.
But-
That's quite a buff there you got going.
Because it's a 32 health differential a second increase, right? Because you're taking 16 damage and you're healing 16 damage. So that's why it's so good, right? Think of Brain Sap.
What? No, you're dealing.
Right, but I'm saying like you're healing 16 more because they
Oh,
buffed
you're
it.
doing about the difference.
And
yeah,
the difference between the two is 32 now.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like broken. Imagine if they buffed Brain Sap by like 50%. Like, what?
I mean, Bane doesn't need a buff, does he?
No, he doesn't. Bane's very good.
Bane's in a good place.
I'm just giving examples of
He's
why it's so much more noticeable. Because
Bane's never been awful, has he? Or has he?
no, Bane's always kind of
Bane's
been
always
playable,
kind of been
I
in
feel.
that same kind of ground as Rubik, you know, in the sense.
Nah, Rubik got a lot worse. Rubik back.
But he's still picked.
He's still picked, but I
Yeah.
mean, like, back when Rubik first came into
He was
Dota 2,
yeah, he was much more popular.
he was mid, right? And he had a really good version of Fade Bolt, which I think did 40 more damage, had less mana cost, and people would just take him mid because, you know, he could wave clear.
Okay.
And it was actually viable back then.
So he was the Leshrac of kind
Yeah,
of the
but then they owned Fade Bolt really bad.
Yeah.
And I think they changed something else, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Maybe they also nerfed telekinesis, I can't remember. But it was a long time ago. And then he just went to support role only. I mean, don't you remember Dendy stealing Ravage TI
Oh
games?
yeah. Nah,
That was the mid Rubik, dude. That was the dream.
that was back in the day.
That was like that super exciting hype match.
That was.
Was it against IG, I want to say?
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it was
I
the
think it
play.
was, yeah.
That was the play. That was the play. That video.
Memories, man. Dota memories.
indeed. Back before I was even born. That was a while ago.
Well, you are only like 3 years old.
I am.
Yeah. You were
I
created
guess
by memes in
yeah.
Twitch chat 3 years ago.
I'm trying to think when I started playing Dota 2. It wasn't long ago. Well, I say it wasn't long ago.
It's been like
It
3
was
years.
I've been playing for like 4 years now.
Oh, okay.
But in terms of kind of proper Dota people,
Mm.
that's like young. I mean, you've been playing like what 3 times, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I didn't play Dota actually for that long.
No.
I played Han.
We don't
I know.
speak of that game.
We don't talk about it. It's a dark period in my life, all right? I'm not proud of it. I'm just saying it happened.
Oh goodness.
And then I played Dota 2 since pretty much beta. I got
Yeah.
my beta invite shortly after the first international.
I paid for my beta invite.
You
'Cause I
paid
really,
for it?
Yeah, I really wanted to play it, and like people were selling them for like £1. So I gave some lad £1 on PayPal, and he gave me an invite.
That's actually very cheap.
can-
When did you do that?
I don't know. It was probably at the point where I was an idiot, and you could get them from free somewhere. But I didn't
Ah,
want to
okay.
wait. You know, it was the
I was
point
gonna
where they were
s- it was
giving out
probably
invites.
like-
I didn't have any friends on Steam, so I had to pay someone to be
Yeah.
my friend.
The first
Back in the day.
the first game of Dota 2 I played,
Yeah.
I think it was Sand King.
No.
And Dendy was on the other team.
Yeah.
And there was only like 75 people in the beta, or online at least at that
Really,
time.
back in the day. Wow.
And I got bodied. Like, I just got completely wrecked. Because, like, I came from playing Han where everything was, like, instant. You know, there was, like, no turn time. All the cast animations were very quick. And I'm just like, why is my stun not going off? Like, why can't I stun? Because there's actually a very small delay on Burrow Strike. So,
No, I've been told this before back in the day. One of my friends used to play Hon, and he was always like, oh, apparently the reaction times is so much faster in Hon than in any other game. It's faster than Dota 2. Like, apparently
It
things
was
happen a
faster,
lot
yeah.
quicker in Hon.
yeah.
I was
That's
like,
definitely true. It was more
Nice game.
Twitch-based.
Where you at now, mate? Where you
Ah.
at now?
Damn.
Anyone? Hon,
Shots
are you
fired.
out there?
Shots fired.
Are you out there? I'm not there.
But it really did mess with you for a while. Like after a couple of weeks, I got used to it. But
Yeah.
it was just hilarious because every single game I played were multiple pro players, and I would just get wrecked like every time.
And now, there's
Still
no pro
probably-
players, but you still get wrecked.
Still get wrecked. Yeah, nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. Things never
Especially when I
change.
queue into Shane's stack.
Shane stack.
Shane and Pablo.
Shane and Pablo.
Yeah, to be fair, they didn't actually play that bad.
Now, Pablo's decent, isn't he?
Nah, he's very good. He's 7K.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's not 8K though.
It's not 8K.
Come on, Pablo, step it up, please.
Almost.
Come on. Good.
All right, so
7K scroll.
what, Shane? Shane, we lost. You can't carry if we don't win the game. That's not how it works.
Well, we've still got a pause going on.
Yeah,
You
Spartan's
can
the
actually
DC
see that on
Lord.
the screen.
Yeah.
Just
We got the old split screen going on.
here.
What?
I'm pointing to where this pause is. Just there.
Right there.
We're stuck in this box right here at the moment.
I can't actually get my finger out.
As
It's
you can see
weird.
below us, we're looking at lich. Watch this. Hey, I would like to see the stats on Morphling.
He's not listening.
Come on.
He's probably
They were
playing
doing this
Street Fighter or
earlier.
something.
Here we go. Hey, Scriff.
Wow. Production
That's the
value.
beer on me tonight. Good job, Scriff. That's
Oh,
some
it's
good
Friday. That's right.
stuff. It is Friday.
And you're leaving.
I'm leaving. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. You're going to miss me.
How long is your flight? Like 20 hours?
20 hours?
I think that's what Lumi said. Isn't it like 20 hours?
Nah. We'll be traveling for like 12. 12.
Oh, that's actually not that bad.
What's going on? Let's give you guys an update in the Twitch chat. Is he back online yet? Has been asked. We have not got an answer yet.
He's online on Steam.
He's online on Steam. Let's have a look at the stats.
Nice. Fishes
Oh, there we
everywhere.
go. There we go. Good old Scriff. Having a bit of a, bit of a giggle.
Why are there dead fish everywhere?
Come on, Scriff.
Consent.
Dead fish.
Now I'm hungry. I
They're gonna
don't
be-
even like fish, but I'm still hungry. Scriff,
Why?
go give me some food.
Scriff.
Come on.
Come on, Scriff.
You're not doing anything right now anyway.
Production. You're meant to be kind of, catering to the talent
No
here,
one's
Scriff.
gonna play this hero, dude. It's garbage.
Give me some grub.
garbage.
Techies. Here we go. That's a hero that we're not too sad to not be seeing anymore.
No one's playing this hero either. Actually, that's
Think
not true. NLG played it, didn't they?
No, some people do. I remember the best game at TI was I can't remember the team that did it, but they picked a Tinker, they farmed dags, and they had Bounty Hunter, and you just tracked people, and then Tinker just sat there firing rockets.
Firing rockets, yeah.
It was
Who did
it was
that?
beautiful.
Can't remember.
I can't remember who did it. They didn't win the game.
They didn't win, but
But
it
I
was
remember
fun.
he picked up a point booster, and I was like, he's building an Aghanims, and everyone was like, what an idiot, OD Pixel. He's obviously a Bloodstone. No one builds Aghanims.
Like,
Oh,
what,
okay.
what are these?
Wow.
Is this ice cream?
We've actually got food.
The dream. Get wrecked.
Hey, where you at now, panelists and expert analyzers? We've got ice lollies. That's
Is that what they call them? Ice lollies.
Ice lollies? You don't call these ice lollies? Of course it's an ice lolly. What is it? It's a popsicle.
I mean, that's like.
Do
the
we
proper
look
name, right?
American? This isn't goddamn BTS. We're in Sweden. It's an ice lolly.
It's quite good, actually. What, you just bite into it? You just went ham. You're like all in,
Yeah.
both feet, man.
Yes.
Just like,
I ain't got time
Okay.
to lick an ice lolly. I'm not going to lick something on stream.
why not?
There'll be gifts coming out.
Dude, there's already so many gifts of you anyway. It doesn't
I'm
even
not
matter. Don't do that.
No, I won't do that.
Dude, doesn't that hurt your teeth?
No, because I look after them.
Actually, it doesn't. Yeah.
Well, we have still got a pause at the moment.
But we got ice cream.
We've even got people apologising for language. So fair play to Vega.
Yeah.
They did say a naughty word earlier, and I will be writing
What
letters to
flavor
them
is
others.
this?
This is apparently pear. She even can tell from half a mile across the studio.
I don't
she
know.
looked at food and she's like, I know what that is.
Actually, I think she's right.
Pear flavour.
I think it is
The
pear.
expert on anything sweet.
It's good though.
Well, thanks for watching DreamLeague. I hope you're enjoying it at home.
I'm having a much better time now.
You know, this has really cooled things down.
My cable keeps coming out to the front.
Yeah.
Need to like pull it back here. There we go.
That's what happened when I was born.
I have like that's
Yeah,
everyone.
it was. Yeah, everyone has that
at least
problem
one
when
point,
they're born,
it's
yeah.
true.
Well, so yeah. Well, anyway, let's have a look at the update. We've had some stuff being said in Russian. I mean, my Cyrillic interpretation isn't too fantastic, so I won't even attempt. There's even some stars here. Someone has censored themselves. They've censored their own Cyrillic. They've Mr. Nine Pasha, which I won't actually say because apparently his full name is quite rude in Russian.
It is.
So I don't want to offend any of our Russian
You just call him
viewers.
Pasha, I guess.
Pasha. But what if that's the rude half? It's not.
It's not.
Shiva,
That
the
part is rude.
expert in Russian,
Yes.
has just confirmed that Pasha is not the rude word.
That's fine. Fair enough.
Wow. Oh, here we go.
Okay, he can't come back.
He can't come back.
And since
A
there
bit
is
like
no,
Na'Vi.
there's no reload feature
Sorry, that was
and reborn.
terrible shot. It's fine. I love you, Dendy. You're a beautiful man. Let's get us. What's happening?
Okay,
Oh.
so now apparently somebody on
Apparently
Vega
it's
might be AFK. Oh, it's his
It's GG.
GG call because they,
Well, what a climax to this game, Andy.
they
Here at
can't
DreamLeague.
they can't get another person in, and you can't reload because reborn.
Yep. Well, I mean, at least I get to go and get some food now.
That sucks though.
Yeah. The game's over. Sorry, guys.
What can we do?
Sorry.
So apologies to NLG.
You know what I'm looking forward to? The post-game analysis.
That's true.
This is going to be fantastic. They look bursting to talk as well. So anyway, Vega Squadron do win the series 2-0 because stuff happens that we can't control. You know, it's not my fault. It's Andy's. So
I'll take the
please
blame.
do tweet all
I am
your
sorry.
angry tweets at Draskell.
I'm sorry.
You know, if you want to complain, Draskell will read them all and personally reply
To all of them.
to all of them via
single
video
one.
message.
Yes.
There we go. But that's it from us today. And that's it actually from me for the rest of the week. I'm not going to be here tomorrow.
Yep.
So Andy, look after Twitch chat. They're being good, so you be good with them. Okay, the people at home deserve to be looked after because we've got 3 series coming tomorrow and Andy's going to have a great time. He can't wait.
Dude, I'm ready.
He's ready.
Prepare your Minglees.
Hopefully you're ready as well. We'll see you soon, but don't go anywhere because we are going to have some post-game analysis with Shiva, Shane, and Luminous Inverse. I'll see you guys on the flip side.